Well, here we are, beautiful LAX. Not sure what terminal I'm at. I think it's. Let's take a look. I gotta look before I do a taxi for sure. Okay, with that said, Atlantic. Well, let me pull up my area chart there. This is what we're gonna look at here. So let's go back to my departure airport. Alright, we're currently sitting there. Alright, just right about there's south. I guess I could call south pads. Probably just as easy. But if we wanted to actually do this correctly, we go down here. Atlantic. So it's basically we're right where Atlantic is. So that's fine. So today's flight is, let's see. Go ahead and take that down, and we'll going back to, what are we at? We're the I6. So that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. I6. What's our requirements? Our requirements are to successfully complete this training. You must accomplish following tasks. Form ATC, blah. We don't have to do that since we've already done that. Copy and read back IFR clearance to John Wayne. That's fine. Conduct IFR flight from LX to John Wayne, complying with the SID. And report to so-called departure, your current altitude, and then your climb via the SID. Okay, that should be standard. Request the full ILS 20 right to approach prior to reaching Seal Beach. So that's what we did. I'm in a good old piston, so I filed actually Seal Beach 8 to Seal Beach in 4,000 feet. So that's what we had filed, and so that's what we're going to fly. So if we look here, good old Seal Beach, we're going to take off probably from 25 left, I would assume. And actually maybe 25 right. It depends on what he gives me. But anyways, I'm expecting 25s. We'll take off, and then once we reach the Santa Monica Radial 154, then basically we can make a left turn heading at 201. So let's just read this description here. Climb on heading 251 to cross the Santa Monica 154 radial at or below 3,000. Then a left turn 201 and expect radar vectors to Seal Beach thence. Alright. Lost comms. If not in contact with departure control within 5 minutes after departure, climb to flight level 230 or filed altitude, whichever is lower, which will be for us 4,000. Aircraft filing 240N or above. Okay, that's fine. We're going to go ahead and skip that part. So that's it. So we'll remember Santa Monica. That'll be on our nav 2. We'll put in Seal Beach in our nav 1, and we'll do the OBS will be direct to Seal Beach. That way we can actually fly direct to it. Then this is our ILS 20 right. So from Seal Beach, we're going to be on the 049 radial outbound at 4,000. We'll do cross a Sager, and we'll make a slight left turn for a parallel procedure turn here. So basically, we'll fly 016 for 1 minute, make a left turn to intercept the 196 inbound radial on the localizer 111.75. We'll cross. And so what we'll do is we're going to be at 4,000 here. As soon as we hit Sager, we can start descending down to 3,500, and then we'll cross Sager at 3,500 and follow the path all the way down. Expected men's are 255. I'll take it down, probably heads down to about 1,000. I tend to get a little squirrely in this plane as I get closer to the localizer, just because the fine movements on my stick compared to this plane can get me squirrely sometimes. So I'm going to get my heads up a little bit early on that. And let's just talk. Normally I won't go over the approaches quickly, but this is going to be a real quick flight, so we won't really have time to brief this in the air. Missed approach is going to be climbed to 3,000 on the SNA John Wayne localizer south course 196 to Minnow. So that's going to be pretty easy. So basically, we're going to be on that same course. So what we'll do as we're coming down in here, after we reach Lemon, I'm going to use Seal Beach as a reference point to where I reach each one of these points. After I reach Lemon, I'm going to switch my nav2 radio to be LAX 113.6 on the 123 radio, so that way I'll know when I hit Menno, which should be 10.9. Basically 10.9, and then also should have that radio for nav2 in there, and then we'll hold. So what we'll do, hold, it's going to be that's alternative guess. So basically it's going to be a hold. It'll be a right turn. So if we have to do a hold, since it's not depicted in here, it's just going to be a standard right turn this way, and we'll just continue to hold here until further instructions. I think that's about it. What other options? Oh yeah, so and then once we land, we will, that's kind of weird the way it's showing on my screen there. Okay. Once we'll land, we'll exit right, and then we'll set up for the I7, which is a nice short flight to Catalina Island, which in this plane, it's definitely it's squirrely, because that trying to take back off is going to be a little rough trying to get back out of there. So that ought to be interesting just in itself, just getting out of Catalina. But anyways, let's worry about this flight for now. Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. This is going to get interesting for sure. It's can get a little busy in this plane doing these kind of flights, so it's definitely something that challenges me. So it's something that I enjoy to do, and I want to continue to do some stuff like this in the future as well. All right, enough about that. Let's go ahead and get started. And I'm not all that familiar with this plane, so procedurally, some of the things I probably do are not, wouldn't be considered the correct way to do it. So, I don't mind if anybody knows. I don't need to put that on just yet. If anybody knows,
56 Yankee squawk altitude.
A way and has checklists or whatever to do things better, you feel free to let me know. All right, we'll go ahead and check our fuel real quick. All right, both tanks look about even. We'll go ahead and start with the left tank.
Bakersfield Tower, Skyhawk 420, Foxtrot Echo, clear of runway.
Open our cowl flaps. That looks good. All right, let's check our parking brake.
Skyhawk 0, Foxtrot Echo, taxi ramp via Alpha, then the turn of your choice. Pass with the campfire.
Ooh, lucky.
Thanks for the pass, and I'll taxi via Alpha, Skyhawk 420, Foxtrot Echo.
All right, one thing I want to do here is I want to get rid of my my yoke. Kind of gets in the way.
November 5656 Yankee, SoCal approach. Are you on frequency by any chance?
All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, beacon's coming on. And what I like to do here is my track hour is not working here. Hold on. Sometimes I have to just disable X camera and restart it. Alright, so let's go ahead and start right engine. Okay, looks like we're got a good start. Oil pressure is in the green. Fuel pressure is good, and all the temps, cylinder head temps are coming alive. It looks pretty good. Go ahead and pull that back a little bit. And I only have one controller for both of these, so I kind of just do them at the same time. Unfortunately, I don't have two separate sliders to do both, so I just kind of keep those the same. Anyways, that's set. Go ahead and turn fuel pump off there. We'll go fuel pump on the right, or left engine, prime it. And okay, let's go ahead and start. Okay, looks like we got a good start. Oil pressure's in the green. Okay, and temperatures are rising. Looks like it's pretty good. Alright, I don't know why that yoke went back the way it did. Alright, we can go ahead and everything looks good. Alright. We are facing 275, so I want to set up my gyros to 275. Okay, that's good. And 275. Alright, that looks good. Turn the track IR off. We'll make everybody dizzy when I look around. So I want to look for Seal Beach is going to be 115.7. I already got it in nav 1. And then Santa Monica 110.8. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is we're going to go VR1. We're going to identify it. Okay, it looks like I'm not picking it up, so that's okay. Let's go ahead and we'll pick up, see if we can pick up Santa Monica. Alright, Santa Monica's good. I'm going to go ahead and leave VOR1 on, so that way when I get up in the air... Hey, thanks man, appreciate it. Yeah, this is going to be interesting for sure, like I said. Alright, so we're going to get clearance delivery on 120.35. Let's go ahead and set that in now. 120.35. Alright, first thing I want to do is pick up my ATIS.
Will be provided. Simultaneous visual approaches to all runways are in progress, and simultaneous approaches are in progress between Los Angeles and Hawthorne airports. Departing runway 24 left. 25 right. Read back all runway assignments, and hold short instructions. All VFR departures, contact clearance delivery with your aircraft type, initial heading, and requested cruise altitude. Operate transponder with mode C on all taxiways and runways. Advise on initial contact you have uniform. Los Angeles International Airport Information Uniform. 1853 Zulu. Wind, 240 at 8. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 2000. Temperature 24. Dew point 18. Altimeter 299
Alright,
simultaneous instrument approaches are in progress to runway 24 right.
Alright, we got a good headwind on takeoff. Nothing major on my last takeoff yesterday out of Burbank. I was pretty squirrely on the roll, so this is going to be definitely interesting if I continue to do the same thing as I did yesterday, which was not very well. So elevation is 125. So 299.3. Sometimes it's hard to see where I'm at here. Alright, that's 299.3. Yeah, right there. That's good. So that's set. I'm not hearing anybody on the radio. Let's make sure I'm still connected. Alright, still connected. Alright, so Santa Monica, what do we say? 154. Let's go ahead and set 154 for our radial. That way we know when we have to stay below 3,000. So we have to stay below 3,000, and then that's when we can make our left turn to 201. We're also going to set 251 here. This is basically our heading bug for autopilot. Okay, that looks good. And alright, I think we're set. So we're right at 275. Already checked that. 275 and 275. That's all set. Alright, let's go ahead and get our clearance. We're going to get a clearance from Los Angeles to John Wayne. Los Angeles clearance, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie's IFR to John Wayne.
No 473 Delta Charlie. LA clearance. Cleared to the John Wayne Airport. Seal Beach 8 departure, direct. Climb via CITIC to maintain 4000. Departure frequency 125.2. Squawk 7312.
Douglas 473 Delta Charlie is cleared to John Wayne, Seal Beach 8, then direct. Climb via the SID, except maintain 4000. 125.2, squawk 7312.
Douglas 3 Delta Charlie, read back correct.
Bakersfield, ground is 757 Victor Bravo. Transient parking
Can't get that stupid button to go up. Okay,
departure with information uniform.
757 Victor Bravo, Bakersfield ground, runway 30 right, taxi via Bravo.
Alright, I think we're good. 7312.
30 right via Bravo, Cessna 757 Victor.
And that guy's radio is really loud compared to everybody else. Alright. Climb via the SID, except maintain 4000. So basically, what we're saying is we've already filed for 4000, so what we have to do is, as we briefed, we have to climb via the SID, which means basically fly the departure heading, maintain 3000 or below until we reach Santa Monica 154, and then from that point we can start climbing to 4000 on the 201 heading, and we'll just maintain that heading until he gives us a direct to Seal Beach. Alright, I think I am ready. Let's go ahead and put in our our ground. We're on the south complex. That'll be 121.75. And one thing about these radios is I don't have a standby on either nav 1 and nav 2, and also the comms, so it can make things interesting when I'm trying to hand fly this thing and then also switch frequencies. As soon as I pull my hand off the stick, it gets a little difficult, so it can get definitely interesting for sure. Alright, 121.75. Alright, and we are currently at Atlantic, and we have uniform. Los Angeles ground, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie at Atlantic with uniform taxi.
Number 473 Delta Charlie, LA ground, runway 25 left, taxi via Alpha 6, Alpha Foxtrot.
25 left via Alpha 6, Alpha Foxtrot, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie. Okay, so Alpha 6 is basically right in front of us. This should be Alpha 6 right here. That's it. Alright. Taxi light should come on. Brakes are off. Everything else looks good. I have a feeling I'm forgetting something, but we'll figure it out when the time comes. Alright, clear. You gotta watch out for vehicles around here. They definitely don't help you out at all. Okay, clearing the left, clearing the right. I will stop using the track IR as soon as I get straight. It just helps me taxi. But I know it's not good for showing the stream. Yeah, this thing can be squirrely trying to taxi as well. Alright, cool. We're going straight ahead here. We're on Alpha now. So we're just looking for Foxtrot, and that should be pretty close to the end down there. All right, well, thing I do want to do, I'm not particularly sure on the carb heats, but I'm going to... Alright, so when I do that, the temps immediately go skyrocketing on the... Okay, so I'm not sure if those actually need to be on. And now I can't even get them back up. Okay. There. Oh, watch where I'm taxiing. So I'm going to go ahead and leave. Well, you know what? Let's just... Can't keep messing with that. I got to look down here and do it. I'm going to go ahead and just leave them on. I've been flying with it that way, and I haven't blown an engine. It's probably... I think I need to put them on and then take them back off right before takeoff. Alright, this is Foxtrot up here. I'm not going to do any kind of run-up because it's kind of a pain trying to look up and down doing the run-ups on mags for both engines. So I'm just going to go ahead and skip that for the sake of sanity and also time. A little bit hard on the brakes there. They're very, very, very sensitive. I can't stress that enough. Let's look. So our tower, south complex is 120905. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll get our lights on.
Palomar Tower, Challenger 117 Alpha Lima, established on the ILS for runway 24.
Challenger 117 Alpha Lima, Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear to land.
Clear to land for runway 247 Alpha Lima.
Alright, just want to double check the Seal Beach since we weren't picking up. Okay, I got it in there. I want to do as little manipulating of anything while I'm in this short flight. It'll definitely help me out. We're going to do 0 flaps takeoff, and with that said,
172 Tango Tango, now the ground runway.
Step away for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Your Charlie and Alpha.
30 Charlie Alpha, 72 Tango Tango.
If you prefer runway 26, let me know.
30 is fine, 72 Tango Tango.
Roger.
Okay. Hey, what's going on, fighter? We have the I7. We're going to take off from LAX here to Seal Beach. And basically, this lesson here is meant just to fly a departure SID and do the climb via the SID, and also request a full approach into John Wayne. That's basically what this rating is meant for. It's just to learn how to do those, mainly those two aspects of an IFR flight. So that's what we're doing. All right, I'm ready for takeoff. I have 120.95. Just want to double check since I walked away.
Tower Cessna 757 Victor Bravo, holding short runway 30 right.
757 Victor Bravo, Bakersfield Tower, side direction of flight.
One thing I need to do is I need to get a button so I can look at...
We are departing
I need a view where I can see...
757 Victor Bravo.
Yeah, see, I can't see my trim very well here. This is the closest one I got.
Runway 30 right,
Well.
left hand crosswind departure. Cessna I7 Victor Bravo.
Los Angeles Tower, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie, ready for departure 25 left.
Douglas 473 Delta Charlie, LA Tower, runway 25 left, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff 25 left, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie. To answer your question, no, they don't. But in reality, if you're going to get your PPL, and I would definitely recommend, you know, the Pilotedge network just in itself, and also doing these ratings. Now these are the I ratings. They also have the CAT ratings, which are communication and airspace
John Wayne clearance, Southwest.
ratings. And so those are the ones you should always do first.
Las Vegas.
You know, there's a lot to learn for sure, as you know. But yeah, so it's fun to do. Like I said, I've already passed all these last year, but I got this nice plane here for free, and I want to challenge myself doing something interesting, so figured I'd go through all the I ratings in it. Alright, so I'm lined up straight. I'm going to go ahead and lock the tail wheel. Propellers full forward, mixture full, and let's go.
Then as filed, maintain 5,000, squawk 6024.
Okay, manifold is 30. Go ahead and slowly release the brakes.
Right, clear to Las Vegas, my late departure, Dagger transition 5,000, 6024 the squawk.
See if I can not get so squirrely this time. Alright, increasing the power. Starting to get a little squirrely.
Expect flight level 290, 5 minutes after departure. Vegas is eastbound, you file the westbound altitude.
Sorry about that.
Alright, here we go.
5,000 and flight level 290.
Alright, pushing it up. Manifold to 42. There's 80 knots, and rotate. Pause rate, gear coming up. Let's get this thing trimmed. Alright, you can see that Seal Beach came active. Okay, so what we're looking for here, let me go ahead and turn off track IR, and we're looking for the Santa Monica 154 to come in. We have to stay below 3,000. Okay, we're just coming up on 900 feet. And I'm picking up the Seal Beach VOR. Okay, I can go ahead and turn that off.
Douglas 3 Delta Charlie, contact for departure.
Going to departure Douglas 3 Delta Charlie. That's on 125.2.
Douglas Center 127.45.
Okay, got a little bit left there. So-called departure, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie 1,600, climbing via the SID to 4,000.
Douglas 473 Delta Charlie, SoCal departure, radar contact. Delta 567 clear direct, Stoke, resume the arrival.
Okay, I'm a little bit off there. I'm flying about 245. Let me get to 251 there. Alright, so we're right at the 154 from Santa Monica. So now we can climb all the way up to 4,000 on heading 210. Okay, there's my heading. A little bit past. We're looking for 4,000 now. Next thing I'm going to do is put in nav2. I'm going to go ahead and put that in 115.7 as well, because I'm going to use that.
Charlie flighting 160, contact departure 134.9er.
160, 134.9er, 3 Delta Charlie. Okay, 134.9er. It's 160, there we go. Let's look at departure. Douglas 473 Delta Charlie 2,900 with the weather. With request the ILS, full ILS 20 right from Seal Beach. That was not said right. Jesus Christ.
473 Delta Charlie, SoCal approach. Roger, you expect that flighting 130.
Left 130, 3 Delta Charlie. Yeah, that was not smooth, but anyways, I got my point across. Okay, 3,500 now. There's 130, a little bit past. So now I'm going to just set my nav2 to go direct. Okay, so I know I'm going to have to fly about 090 if he gives me the direct. Alright, 200 feet to go. I'm going to start trimming this thing down. Probably going to want to put the autopilot on. It's just going to help me out a little bit here.
4622, go contact Palomar Tower 18.6.
Okay, let's go autopilot on. And we want to go level. Okay, that's level for 130. Go ahead and switch this to... Oops. Switch this to 130 as well. Okay, I'm going to put it in heading mode.
Delta 567, contact Oakland Center 127.45.
Alright, let's go ahead. I probably should have done this a little bit earlier. Pull the propellers back to about 25,000, 2,500, 25,000. Alright, looking pretty good. Cowl flaps can be closed now. Come on. Okay, looks good. Okay, still heading 130, slightly off, that's fine. It would help if I turned it the right direction. Alright, we're gonna look at our compass and just ensure that our compass is reading the same as our navigation. So I'm reading about it's about 130. It's pretty good.
For 3 Delta Charlie, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
28-1, 3 Delta Charlie. Alright, so
4 Alpha Golf to maintain 4,000.
28-1. SoCal approach. Douglas 473, Delta Charlie 4,000.
Douglas 473 Delta Charlie, SoCal approach. Traffic 11 o'clock, 100 miles, opposite direction, pipe for 6 at 6,000, sending 4,000.
Negative traffic 3 Delta Charlie.
4 Alpha Golf. Traffic 11 o'clock, 7 miles, opposite direction, DC3, 4,000.
Yeah,
Negative traffic 124 Alpha Golf.
it's hard to see 9 miles out anyways. I see something here, but I don't think that's a plane. I think that's something in the water. Yeah, it's something, I think it's one of those oil rigs, but I don't think oil rigs should be that close actually. Anyways. Where are we going here?
For 124 Alpha Golf, Spigot.
Alright, so...
Yes, 124 Alpha Golf, I didn't call you. Okay, sorry about that. Who called?
Alright, so we'd have to make a left turn about 060 to hit Seal Beach.
622 Golf, Roger, taxi park via Alpha and
it's about 12.5 miles.
Pass for the I-2.
I think this is when I would turn off the carb heat, actually. I just can't get these things to slide properly. There, okay, there, left turn here. And this one doesn't even want to move, so... There There we go. Not really sure the proper. I don't even know which way's on or off. I'm assuming that's on because it increased the air temp there, but I'm not positive on it. I don't have any real paperwork. Yeah, especially in the sim, I think it could be even harder. What just happened here? Oh, yeah, this thing's going crazy. In the sim, sometimes it can be harder too. I have a really, like a 34-inch ultra-wide monitor, so some of the smaller pixels are even smaller, so it's hard. Yeah, it's doing that thing again like it did yesterday. It's just bouncing up and down. You can't hold altitude for some reason. I don't know why it's doing that.
4 Alpha Golf, contact SoCal approach 134.9er.
So, I'm going to have to fly this hand fly.
134.9er, 124 Alpha Golf. 3 Delta Charlie, clear direct Seal Beach, cross Seal Beach 4000, clear ILS runway 20 right approach.
Clear direct Seal Beach 4000, cleared for the ILS 20 right approach, 3 Delta Charlie. Alright, so to get to Seal Beach, let me try to maintain my altitude over here. I gotta fly 035. So I'm gonna maintain the altitude properly. So 035.
124 Alpha Golf, SoCal approach, LA altimeter 2993.
Okay, let's descend us a little bit. Okay, now about 034, yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can maintain that. Alright, let's try to trim this thing out now. See if we can put the autopilot back on. It's going to help me greatly in this maneuver here. Yeah, it's weird why it's doing that. Alright, so 049 is my heading. I gotta fly outbound. So I'm gonna set that in. Alright, that's the nav one. Jesus Christ, this thing will not trim out right. Okay, Seal Beach is... I don't really want to be messing with my trim this whole flight either. Alright, that's pretty stable. A lot more stable at least. Okay, Seal Beach is just under 6, or just over 6 miles. See if we can hit this autopilot on again. Let's go level. See what it does here.
757 Victor Bravo, Big Speed approach.
Well, I'm gonna see if this will iron itself out here in a second. No, that's not acceptable. Not acceptable. Okay, so I'm 500 feet too high, which is very...
757 Victor Bravo, we have to work on your radio technique.
It's very bad to be that high, by the way.
SoCal, Santa Barbara, whatever approach, Big Speed approach. 757 Victor Bravo, 5 miles north of such and such at 5,000, flight following Santa Maria, that's it. At 10 seconds, your transmissions are typically 30, 45 seconds. We got to cut those down. Squawk 73, correction, squawk 4474.
Yes, I am sitting here trying to get the trim set the whole time here and fly straight. And I'm going to have to do this hand flying the whole flight. I was planning on going heads down, but I don't think it's going to work the way I'm trying to fight this thing right now. Alright, so we're a mile Seal Beach, so we should be crossing it anytime now. We're at 4,000 feet, so that's 2/3 of a mile. Alright, so now we're going to take 049 on the heading. Okay, so we're crossing it now, so 049. Now we're following nav 1. Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely fighting me, but yeah, I mean I said in the beginning of the stream, it challenges the heck out of me. Alright, so 049, my nav 1 should be coming down. So now, what I'm going to do here is, I'm going to set my nav 2, if you guys look. Let me see if I can bring it up without screwing me up. Nav 2, I'm going to start setting it for my cross-reference points here. Alright, let me continue. So nav 2 I'm going to use as cross-reference for Sager as well. So that's going to be 049. So we're going to go ahead and set that next. I can just get my altitude stable enough to take my hand off the stick for a second here. Like 1 minute it wants to climb massively, the next it wants to descend. So okay, I think I got it at least stable enough to take my hand off the stick. Yeah, I think I need it. It seems like that to me as well. I'm going to go ahead and trim it a little bit, aileron trim there. See what happens now. I did 1 tab aileron trim. Now it's going to the left. So let me try to go back. Maybe I need to do a little rudder here as well.
For Alpha Golf Flight 300 Vector Oxnard Airport, contact SoCal approach 134.2.
Yeah, the rudder looks good though. I mean, it seems like it's pulling okay. All right, back to what I was doing here real quick before I forget. 049.
Victor Bravo radar contact 20 miles south west of the Bakersfield Airport.
Okay, so
we're
see that we're already on that. Let's maintain 4,000. All right, so we're gonna hit Sager outbound 1 minute 016. All right, so now that I'm flying on via nav 2, I can switch this over to
124 up Golf, SoCal approach.
111.75.
Burbank altimeter 2990. The approach question.
0.75, and then we'll put that on 196.
For Alpha Golf Project Flight 270 Vector Atlas Pro. 7 Vic Bravo contact Los Angeles Center 135.5.
It's hard to see sometimes here. I go. That's 190. Right about there. Okay.
Other aircraft taken.
Alright, cool. We're currently 10.5 miles. You can see 10.5 miles. So we got 18 miles here, so 18.9 till we reach Sager. So we got 2 cross-reference points. We should see our localizer come down. And then we should also see, let me put this as nav 2. This should be 18.9, and on the 049 radial, that's when we'll know we're at Sager. Alright, need to descend just a little bit. Time to take a quick drink here as well. Yeah, I don't know why the autopilot is doing that massive up and down thing. It did that to me in the last flight, and I had a hand flight as well. Alright, brief the missed approach again, climb to 3,000.
Bravo Los Angeles Center,
on the SNA, localizer south 196, 10.90 ME, and then we will cross-reference that with the LAX 113.6.
Joshua approach 4477.
Right, coming up on 15, so we got 3.9 miles to go. And we're just a little bit higher than 4,000. So
for Alpha Golf, join the runway 25, localizer.
This is freeware, absolutely. It's worth every penny. No, it's worth. I love this plane. I wouldn't be flying it if I didn't. I don't know a lot about it, but I mean, I'm doing my best. All right, about 2 miles to go. We should start seeing our needle here come up. So one was 1.75. We could actually do this real quick as well. Put our POR ILS and just verify it as it comes in. Okay. Alright, that's verified. We can turn that off, and I gotta make my turn here. All right, coming up on 18.9, and you can see the ILS coming down, looking good. We are at Sager. We can turn left, a 016, and then we'll do a counter for 1 minute after that. And then we can also descend down to 3,500 in the hold. Okay, up a little bit, just a little bit too far on that turn.
Also, 2954, jump my ground. Push on off, approved.
Okay, there we go. 1 minute timer now. And I'm also doing a slow descent, 3,500. So what's going to, our turn back heading is going to be, I'm going to use 150.
Altimeter is
So it's going to be a left turn all the way back to 150 to intercept the 196 radio localizer. Okay, let's get a little bit more trim, nose down.
Right.
Alright, I'm slightly less. Alright, there's my 50, there's my 1 minute right there. So left turn all the way back to 150, maintaining 3,500 to see if I can hold this stick. Alright, get a little left rudder. Oh yeah. There we go. Yeah, that ball is all messed up there. There it goes. Okay, so there's 3,500. Every time I kick that rudder, it totally goes the opposite way. I'll just not use the rudder actually.
Alpha Go, contact Point Go approach 124.7.
Get your altitude up, get your altitude up. Okay, there's 3,500. Look for 150 on the heading. Okay, they're 150, maintaining 3,500.
Fiber 124 Alpha Golf, Point Go approach. You're 4 miles from Kudak, maintain 3,400 till established on approach, clear ILS runway 25 approach. The Oxnard.
Alright, tower is going to be on 126.8, so we'll just have that in the back of our mind. That'll be our next frequency change. And we already know the misapproach 3,000 straight ahead on the 196, 10.9, and we'll do a right turn at nav2 will be on 113.6 with a radial 123. Okay, make our right turn to intercept. Now, two ways we find out where Sager is, and one of them is the DME for nav1, which will be 17.3 just turn on. The other way is when our nav2 049 radial comes into play. We know that. That's why we put that in there. And if you don't have a DME on your localizer as you're coming into land, that's what you'll use to know where you're at instead of actually having a DME. Oops, I climbed a little bit there while I was talking. But anyways, okay, so we're on the localizer. We're looking for, let's do nav 1. Okay, we're looking for 17.3. Yep, I need to get down. Okay, 17.3. We're Sager, and you can see here 049. There we go. So we can go ahead and descend now to 3,400. Let me turn this a little better so I can take my hand off. A little right of the localizer. Next, we're going to go and represent 061. flaps are 060. And there's 3,400. I'm way right. Okay. Get back left a little bit. So we're looking for next waypoint will be, I think it's Snake. Yeah, Snake at 12.4. Yeah, man, I'm way to the right here. And so 12.4 and then 064 on the nav2 from Seal Beach is our Snake. And we need to be at 3,400 or above. And why does it seem like, man, way off course? I must have been hanging a major right there when I was talking. I gotta watch that. I sometimes talk too much. I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing a little bit more. All right, so 12.4 we're looking for, and also the 060. All right, so now we're back on the localizer correctly. And we're coming up on 12.4. We're at 30, just under 34. And now we can descend down to 28, and that'll be DME 10, and then that'll be 068 on nav2. Right about there. Alright. Now, while we're in this, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling throttles back. I'm going to start prepping this for landing. I never turn the landing lights off, so. Alright. Anyways, fuel pumps should come off. Come on. I never turn those off either. You can see I'm all over the place. See, I'm chasing this needle here, and that's usually not a good thing. Okay, there's 2,800. Looking for 10. Okay, I'm under 10, so I can keep descending now.
Foxtrot Tower, runway 25, good land.
I gotta slow it down just a little bit. Now we're gonna go 076 nav 2 and 2,200. Yeah, I'm descending way too quickly. All right, start slowing this thing down. Okay, there's 2,200, and there's my 7.6. And then lemon, that's that lemon. So now we can actually follow the needles all the way down. So next we're going to put in 113.6 on nav 2. I'm going to do this while I'm controlling. Climb a little bit. 113.6 on nav 2, and then 123 on the heading, on the course. That way if we have to go miss, we know where minnow is. Alright, we're set there. I should get a tower change here shortly.
Southwest 5954, John Wayne Tower, traffic on a 4-mile final runway 20 right, clip takeoff.
Alright, I'm just following the needles now.
Douglas 3 Delta Charlie, contact John Wayne Tower 126.8.
26.8, Douglas 3 Delta Charlie. 126.8. John Wayne Tower, Douglas 473, Delta Charlie's ILS 20 right.
473 Delta Charlie, John Wayne Tower, traffic southwest 737, departing caution wait turbulence, runway 20 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 20 right, Douglas 3 Delta Charlie. Okay, let's go ahead and go for some flaps. And let's kick out the gear. Okay, I'm a little bit high. Every time I put like a stage of flaps at it, like throws the nose up a little bit. Alright, in reality I wanted to be in this view here, but like I said, I'm very shaky with the minute controls. So, you know, trying to keep on it a little bit. Just kind of see I'm already like going way off here. And just like stage of flaps. See, all right, let's go. Put my nose out. Yeah, that's why it's like when you get close here, that it's more or less, this is really it's really sensitive, and this plane, it actually is it gets a little bit more sensitive, and I think it's a little more laggy in real life, and than it would be in real life on the needles. All right, we'll go 3/4 flaps. We're still way high here. And we're going to land, and then we're going to just immediately file for the I7 to Santa Catalina, and then we'll take off. Probably be, I don't know, about 15 minutes before our next departure. Total time, I would think. Alright, we have gear, we have fuel, gear, props, mixture, landing lights are on, and seatbelts are good. Landing checklist completed. We're going to exit somewhere on the right. I'm not sure what taxiway just yet. Be cool to do a shared cockpit in this thing. That would be sweet. Yeah, somebody else doing the radios and moving the nav controls would help out greatly here.
Southwest 5954, would you like us on departure?
Southwest 5954, from contact departure.
Departure, Southwest 5954.
Okay, we'll exit next right.
Oxnard Tower, Piper 124, Alpha Golf is clear of 25.
Slow down. Yeah, it says 210 on the landing rate. I don't really trust it. To be honest, that was pretty smooth to me.
Radar contact, maintain 8,000.
All right, let me just, I guess, stop for 1 second just because I need to.
Flighting 250.
I need to actually do this before I start taxiing. Otherwise,
Bravo Golf Taxi Park can be a Foxtrot.
It's gonna make it.
And have a good day.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, unfortunately, I need to do that so I can taxi properly here. I don't like.
Bravo Golf Taxi Park can be a Foxtrot. Have a good day.
I don't like I don't like stopping on the runway there, but I needed to do that, and I can't look down while I'm trying to taxi on the runway there. All right, we could just park straight ahead, but we're going to go ahead and let them know we're clear. Douglas 3 Delta Charlie's clear off to the right, taxi straight ahead.
Douglas 3 Delta Charlie, taxi straight ahead of park and have a good day.
We'll do 3 Delta Charlie. Sims. Yeah, Sims are definitely hard. I'm just going to go right in here, find this little opening here, spin it around, and yeah, this is not like kind of a normal. I wouldn't recommend taxiing this direction like I'm doing, but I just need to find a place here. There's so many planes. So many of these planes are in the way. There's no real way for me to do this other than what I'm doing. So let's see if I can spin it around. That will that will work. A little bit harder. I'm just going to put the brake on, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to get ready for the I7. So let's look. Oh, I'm sorry. I had this stupid thing up the whole time in the way of my of the sim. I need to have a little chart thing where you can yell at me for charts or whatever. All right. So what's I7? Let's see. I know we're going to Catalina, but I don't remember exactly the specifics here. Oh, okay, this is basically to learn how to conduct a IFR departure, and then basically do a VOR Bravo approach into Catalina, and then basically get change frequencies. There you go, charts. So basically, we're going to cancel our RFR when we get the field in sight, and then basically land. This is going to be a real tough landing. This small little runway with this plane. The takeoff's going to be even worse. So yeah, stand by for that. Anyways, let's see. I just want to see what it doesn't say. We have to do
Southwest
anything
59,
specific
54,
here.
contact departure 127.4, see ya.
Oh yeah, I should probably pull up the charts for that. Since it's going to be fairly quick, I should pull up the charts for that real quick. Let me take that off the screen for a second. Yeah, I haven't done that approach in a while, so that'll be fun. I think we're going to do the...
Southwest 59, 54, SoCal departure, transmission was broken, climb.
No, it's going to be this
And maintain
approach
17,000.
It's going to be the...
Southwest 59, 54,
Bravo.
SoCal departure, climb, maintain 17,000.
Is that what it said? To do the, yeah, full VOR Bravo. Alright, this is what we're looking at here for the approach. So I think we're going to be flying somewhere in this direction. So if we fly in this approach, we'll basically hit the Catalina, and it says be there at 3,400 or above, and then we'll outbound. Wrigley is is Catalina 5-mile DME. So basically, somewhere right on here, we'll make our left turn, do our procedural turn, coming back in, and so we'll just follow that. Like a missed approach is climb to 3,500 direct to Santa Catalina Vortex and hold. So if we have to hold, it's basically the runway is kind of.
That was 59, 54, clear direct.
You can see we're coming in this way, and the runway's facing this way. So if we have to go around,
beach, resume departure, climb,
we'll just go straight ahead, and then we'll do a parallel entry, make a right turn to intercept the 0515 radial inbound and make left turns in the hold. And then we'll announce it on the CTAP.
That was 59, 54, there's no climb via sit on the muscle there, it's just climb, maintain.
Alright. That's our plan of action. Let's see what we're going to file. Let me pull that up real quick. Let me get back to the main menu. So, what did I set up here? I did, okay, Seal Beach, Victor 21 to Catalina. This is what we're going to file. So,
7 Victor Bravo, contact Santa Barbara approach 120.55.
we'll do this. We'll go plugins, flight plan. We are a DC3. Can't tab between this. That's kind of a shame. I have to use my mouse here to go to the next area. So SNA to KAVX. And I think we're going to do, what did I do, 4,000? Yeah, 4,000. Let me just check.
Tango, Tango, thank you.
I go here.
Victor Bravo, Santa Barbara approach. Santa
There.
Barbara altimeter 29er 992.
SXC. Yeah. SXC. No, we're not doing this one. I don't know what the hell that was. Not Popper either. Well, maybe that's where we come off of the... Hold on a second. What just happened here? Okay. Well. Oh, there it goes. I'm like, where did I go here? Okay, so this we're doing. Victor 20... No, Victor 21, that's why. Jesus Christ. It'll get you in trouble every time if you don't enter the right information. Well, there it is. Okay, it removed the 21, but that's okay. So that's our plan route. We'll probably come out 220, and they'll probably give us a right turn, and then they'll basically vectors to join Victor 21 at some point, and then basically we will fly the approach. if we're coming from this way, that's going to be a hard procedure turn. Alright, that's fine. Alright, well that's our route, 4,000. I just want to, yeah, so 4,000. What sort of rig? I have a i67K. I don't do any overclocking. I have the 1070 card, 32 gig of RAM. I use M2 type of drives, which help loading times. They're really quick, so hopefully that answers your question. So 4,000 altitude. Our speed's going to be 150. We're not going to do an alternate. We don't. Time en route is going to be. Let's go 1 hour. That's good enough. Fuel, we're going to have 10 minutes. We're going to have 120. Oh, fuel hours. Okay, we'll have 2.
West 5954, Los Angeles Center, climbing tank level 290.
All right. Man, I can't see. Like I said, my screen's so big that this writing is so small I can't read it. My eyes are getting bad. All right, 4,000, 150. No remarks. Yeah, it looks good. Let's file IFR. There it is. Done. All right, so what we want to do here is get set up. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. What we can do is get set up for Seal Beach. Again, 115.7. So we'll set that in nav 1, 115.7. What we're going to do here is I'm going to first put, actually I want to go this way with it. I want to go direct to, because if I get a direct, I want to have this ready to go. I'm also going to put in my backup 115.7. I'll tell you why in a second, 115.7. And then I'm going to put it on the Victor 21 outbound. Now, it's hard to see here, but it's 202. So, and I'm going to stick that on 202. And so, and the reason behind this is kind of, so first thing is, it's my first waypoint is Seal Beach. So if they give me a heading and they give me a vector, they say, clear direct to Seal Beach, I want to have this guy as close as I can. So I'll maneuver this as I'm flying straight ahead. I'll maneuver this constantly going direct. So that way I know, like right now, if I was, let's say I was flying in the air and they say give me a direct to Seal Beach, well, I would know right here that I got to fly about 290. So, obviously I got to make a turn. And so that's why I do that. So that's my first navigation point. I use this one. Then my second point of navigation is going to be flying the Victor 21. So that's why I'm setting this up to basically line myself up to be on Victor 21. So, and then the other thing is going to be is, as I'm flying, I'm going to use this all the way on Victor 21. As I'm coming down Victor 21, I'm going to switch my nav 1, okay, to 114.4. and pick up the actually I'm going to fly it to 114.4 and then spin the OBS going direct to Catalina. So that way I know when he says you're cleared direct to Catalina, maintain 4,000 until inbound or whatever he gives me. I'll know exactly what heading to fly to there, and then I'm going to immediately turn out 352. Once I turn out 352, I'll spin the OBS back to 172. So
departure frequency
that's my game plan. So any questions on that?
Clear to Santa Maria.
All right. So one thing I want to do is realign my compass with my gyro. So I'm at about 114. It looks like.
Departure frequency 12055.
You can see how far off I was. That's probably why I was a little off on my inbound leg into in on the, because I was paying attention to a little bit like this on my heading, and so I bet you that was off a little bit. And then 114 here as well. All right, that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and set my initial heading to 220 for now. If he gives me something other than that, maybe a 175, then I'll switch that. And so we're set there. Alright, let's move over here. We're going to go ahead and open our cowl flaps. Probably should get my clearance real quick as well. And turn off, I keep forgetting which button's which. We'll turn off our lights. Fuel pumps can come off for now as well. Alright, let's check our fuel as well. And
our 2 Tango Tango contact.
we have left tank's pretty low. Right tank is pretty good there, so we're going to go ahead and switch it to our right tank. And we'll feed off that, and we'll keep an eye on that one as well. Alright, clearance is on 118.0, I believe by memory, but I'll double check before I call. So let's go. Yeah, I like to use this My Flight Route when I'm on PE. It's actually a pretty good little website, and it basically covers all the PE airports too, so it helps out because it puts everything in here. I mean, I could go to my flightplan.com that I use as well. It's got it in there, so clearance is 118.0. But what's nice about this is if I need to pull up a departure, it gives me all my departures here, and I can pull them up. Also, the AFD airport diagram.
West of the field, inbound full stop landing.
Always want to have the airport diagram. So what I do is I usually do
Northeast,
this.
excuse me, 72 Tango Tango.
I usually put my sky vector airport diagram. Then if I have a departure procedure, I'll put that next in my tabs. And then any arrivals I'll put next. And then the approach, if I'm expecting approach, usually I'll pull up the approach during the arrival. And then my airport diagram, which we don't have one at Catalina, so that's kind of how I work it out.
Ground, Papa Hotel, Kilo India Mike at the north ramp, ready for taxi with information Romeo.
Alright, so let me get my paper out for my clearance. We are continuing with Douglas 473 Delta Charlie. And this is another thing that's good about this is the weather they use in PE. It basically gets it from. They use the same service here.
Sky clear below 2000. Temperature 27. Dew point 17. Altimeter 29er. Visual approach runway 20 left, 20 right, in use. Departing runway 20 left, 20 right. Use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport. Read back all runway assignments, and hold short instructions. All VFR departures, contact clearance delivery with your aircraft type, initial heading, and requested cruise altitude. Operate transponder with mode C on all taxiways and runways. Advise on initial contact you have Golf.
We have Golf.
John Wayne Airport information Golf.
Gotta get the winds now.
1953 Zulu. Wind, 220 at 6. Visibility 8.
Cool. We got a little
Sky
bit of
clear
headwind
below
on takeoff.
2000.
Be nice and smooth. Okay. I'm gonna put in let's see here. I think there's some weather. There's got to be a. I think there's an ESA 120.67. 120.67. I'm not going to really use it. Just, and the only reason is because I don't have. If I put in, I'll show you. If I put in 120.67, I don't. My voicing doesn't work on this, so explain. It just comes up with, usually comes up with the printed out version at the top. I'll leave it there and I'll just turn it off when we get closer. Alright, so let's get our clearance. Go ahead and get rid of that. Let's do a chart. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it, man.
Riverside ground, Piper 9617 Whiskey with information Foxtrot, looking for taxi for Pattern.
This is going to get interesting trying to land. I'll tell you that right now.
Riverside ground, runway 27 taxi via Alpha Charlie.
Alpha Charlie, runway
Especially if you got any weather over there. It's going to be cool. Alright, so we're going to write down in on our clearance paper. I always write craft. It's always a good form to use. So we know we're going to be cleared to AVX, so I always write that in. And then everything else, I'm expecting the frequency 128.1 for departure, but you know, never know. But here we go. 1 second. It is called Catalina, yeah. John Wayne clearance, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie's IFR to Catalina.
473 Delta Charlie, John Wayne clearance, clear to Catalina Airport. Departure flight heading 220. Radar vector Seal Beach, then as filed. Maintain 2000, expect 4000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 4560.
Logos 473 Delta Charlie is clear to Catalina fly. Heading at 220, vectors to Seal Beach as filed. Maintain 2000, expect 4000, 10 minutes after. Departure frequency is 128.1, squawk 4560.
2 Delta Charlie, we're back, correct?
Send about right tower, Patel Kilo India Mike, holding short runway 15 left at Charlie,
Okay,
ready for
4560,
departure.
and we're already mode C there.
3 Delta Charlie, read back, correct? PHK, I'm Santa Barbara Tower, runway 15 left, clear to take off.
Cool, we can go ahead and switch over to ground. We're on the west side, 132.25. Let's go this way, 132.25. Yeah, I've used to flying an F-16. That makes, that answers your question. Pause. Yeah, no, I've flown in an F-16 one time in my life, but I was in the Air Force and I got an incentive ride back in the early 90s when I was in the Air Force. But no, yeah, no, I definitely, yeah, about 2.5 hour flight over there, Eglin Air Force Base. But no, I've flown just a couple times with, just like, what do you call it, introductory flights or whatever's. But no real world flying at all. Alright, so we already set 220. We're already set on our compass. Our frequencies are ready to go. All our comms are set. Yeah, it's a little slower. Yeah, definitely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step away for about 1 minute. Just need to empty some fuel and grab a drink. I'll be right back and then we'll get going.
San Bernardino ground, Cessna 5656 Yankee, GA parking, west departure ready to taxi with information Charlie.
Cessna 5656 Yankee. Just a quick comment there. In the for all of the ratings, there's a pilot guide or something along those lines in there that describes the rules of the ratings. And it's pilot responsibility to make sure that before he disconnects during the rating, that the rating has been entered on and shows up on the website. It's instant when we enter it over here. So the past 2 ratings you've disconnected before the controller was able to finish typing in the score. Like I gave you the pass in Mojave there, and I was typing it in as I was saying it. Then before I got to hit the enter button, you had disconnected, so it didn't get entered. So the Cat 5 and the Cat 6 didn't get entered. So you got to make sure that it's the controller has had time to get it in there. It'll show up on the website there, on the
okay, yeah, I noticed that
on the page there where it shows the results. You know where.
That's why
you know where.
All right, I'm back.
Riverside Tower 517 with you, a little past midfield.
All right, I forgot everything I was going to do.
17 Whiskey, runway 27, close the option.
Just kidding.
27 the option.
Or 56 Yankee, you know where I'm talking about? The list?
Okay, one thing I want to look
yes,
at.
I did read it, but yes, I remember now that I need to stay connected. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, you need to check that list before you disconnect to make sure that's been updated.
Thank you.
All right, we're west FBO. Good
56
enough.
Whiskey, San Bernardino ground, runway 6 taxi via Alpha.
All right.
On the ground, Sky accepting a tango clear.
Man, he's busy right now.
Parking at the east hangar.
Should I had to run all the way downstairs and out to my backyard fridge to get myself a drink. Now I'm out of breath. On my ground, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie, West FBO with Golf, taxi.
All right, everybody stand by. I'm trying to get a read back here.
Oh, I didn't hear.
Number 5656 Yankee, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
I did not hear that.
Transit,
I hate when
General
I walk on
Aviation
people.
Hangars, West Departure, ready to taxi with information Charlie.
56 Yankee, runway 6, taxi via Alpha.
Runway 6, taxi via Alpha. Cessna 5656 Yankee.
PHKM, contact departure.
Of departure, Papa Delta Mike.
473 Delta Charlie, down my ground, runway 20 right, taxi via Bravo Kilo.
20 right, Bravo Kilo, Douglas 3 Delta Charlie. Alright, here we go. Alright, look at the fuel trucks are always in my way here.
Hotel Kilo into Mike, Santa Barbara, departure, ready to contact. Climb via SID, except maintain 6,000.
Alright, and nothing's coming that way. Alright, here we go. I will take the track IR off as soon as I get straight. I know it can be annoying as heck in a stream. My head all over the place. Alright, we're clear and clear. Alright, who remembers what I was supposed to do? That's why I put this heading bug here. That's always a good thing to do. Is, you know, if you have a heading bug, in almost all the planes have heading bugs, but yeah, always put it to what you're assigned to fly. That's always a reminder. If I had an altitude on my autopilot, I would also set that, but this one doesn't, so I gotta keep reminding myself to fly what was given to me. Oh yeah, let's turn off the truck IR. What was cleared to me, and that's 2,000, so I gotta make sure I don't get above 2,000 until I'm cleared to 4,000. Alright, let's just do this. We can do this quickly. If I get up landing lights, I'm just doing it all early. Fuel pumps on, ready to go. That way we can line up and go. Alright, propellers are full forward. Mixture's full rich. In this plane, I read that, at least in this plane, they said just to use the mixture as like a real... Not like it should be, but like in a real mixture situation, just full rich.
Maintain 4,000, expect 9,000 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 127.4,
squawk here's Kilo.
5164, hopefully.
Track air coming on. – 126.8 coming up on the freak. Do this while I'm taxiing. Alright, let's hold short before I screw something up. 126.8. Okay, track air coming off. Let's just verify that's the right frequency. Yep, 126.8.
Fiber 17, looking runway 27, clip for the option.
27 clear for the option, 17.
You can see my compass is showing about 123, and this is off, so this is what I want to check before I actually take. I usually do it. You should do it when you're lining up on the runway, but somehow or another I screwed that up. I'm gonna do that before I forget. John Wayne Tower, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie, ready for departure 20 right.
473 Delta Charlie, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right at Kilo, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff. 20 right at Kilo, 3 Delta Charlie. Alright, yeah, I forgot to say Kilo. Anytime you're short You got to say that kilo. It's
San
got to be said by both
holding short runway
the pilot
6,
and the
Alpha,
controller,
ready for
so that way
departure.
there's no misunderstanding of where you're taking off from.
Air 565, 6 Yankee, San Bernardino Tower, runway 6, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 6.
That's why when he said it,
56 Yankee.
he emphasized the at kilo. Have you kind of heard that? Alright, I'm not really on this in the middle, but that's okay. As long as I'm straight here, just roll forward just a little bit straight and then just put the brakes on. That'll help when we lock the tail wheel. Okay, here we go. Say one last check. Like 199, 199, and right about there. Alright, that's good. Here we go. Okay, 30 on the man.
Southwest 5954, I have no idea where you are. You got disconnected again, I'm imagining.
Okay.
I'd lost you a while back.
Alright, slowly pushing the throttle in, looking for 42 on the manifold pressure.
Yeah, anytime you get disconnected and you reconnect, you need to let us know, because we see you get disconnected and then we think you're gone, and when you come back, you're invisible to us. Southwest 5954, ready to contact.
Okay, pause the brake, gear up.
80 miles southwest of the Las Vegas VOR.
Okay, looking for
13,000.
About just over 400 feet. We'll go ahead and make our right turn for 220. There we go, 220 next. And looking for 2,000.
Weather and approach request.
Alright, there's 220. And let's see if I can get this thing trimmed up enough. Yeah, it does want to go right.
Papa Hotel Kilo India Mike, advise you have the weather and approach request.
Okay, there's coming up on 1,000 next.
Roger, PHM, cross San Marcos 6,000, clear localized DME back course south approach, expect straight in runway 30.
Alright, trying to get this thing trimmed. Make my life a lot easier if I can trim it out. I can just let my hand off the stick. Oh yeah, let me get the track IR off. 20 kilo rate. I'm looking for 128.1 in a second here, phone.
Southwest 5954, Las Vegas, altimeter 299er, correction 2986.
Okay, I'm going to start descending because I'm not going to be able to get a hold of the next controller in time.
Yep, no problem. Just disappeared, so. Other aircraft calling, I missed it. Say again. Some uniform, Papa Roger, stand by. Or 3 Delta Charlie, contact departure.
Going to departure 3 Delta Charlie. Alright. Just try to see if I can stay level here while I'm moving in the
option. Or 473 Delta Charlie, contact departure.
Let's look at departure November 473 Delta Charlie's 2000.
November 473 Delta Charlie, SoCal departure. Radar contact, climb maintain 4,000.
Up to 4,000, 3 Delta Charlie. Yeah, I heard you. I think you just got me cut off.
Great, uniform Papa release for departure, clearance would if not off in
yeah. Anyways, okay, up to 4,000.
Attention to this frequency, not later than 6 minutes. Change of advisory frequency approved.
I think it's just a lot of people are cutting in and out or whatever on them. All right, 2,000. We're up to 4,000. We're still on 220. Could get a little more to the right here. And let's manipulate my nav 1. So if I had to go direct to Seal Beach, it'd be about 312 right now. All right, what I need to do is kind of not really an after. climb out checklist, but do need to pull those out. Get them at 2,500. I can increase my throttles to 42. And this thing just wants to, I can't get it to stay straight in a trim. What I mean by straight is mostly wants to aileron to the right, it seems like, even when I do aileron left trim. Alright, well, slowly, we're looking for 500 more. I'm going to go ahead and pull the mixture back just a little bit.
Blocked.
Go ahead and close these up, cowl flaps up.
473 Delta Charlie, SoCal departure. Was that you calling?
Negative 3 Delta Charlie.
Alright. Air 5656 Yankee, Roger, stand by. Who else called?
Alright, let's level this thing off. I think I want to go here. Level off.
Air 5656 Yankee, SoCal approach, squawk 7123, ident.
Let's see if I can get the autopilot to work this time. Okay, let's see. Let's keep an eye on it.
1 taxi to parking via Alpha. Have a good day.
And we can go heading mode as well. Oops. Hit the wrong button every time. Alright, continue to work my nav 1. So if I had to go direct to Seal Beach,
7 Uniform Papa, SoCal departure right there.
335.
Alright, 7 Uniform Papa, radar contact over Santa Catalina, VR, Commutate 9000. Other aircraft calling, go ahead.
I guess he's
okay. Whoever that is calling. This is the second time. When the controller says other aircraft calling, go ahead, and then you don't call, then the controller moves on to talking to other airplanes, and then you do call, you get stepped on again.
We're never going to get to
Victor
Victor 21, by the way.
So go ahead, so I can hear you now while everybody else waits. Go off Alpha Mike, Santa Maria ground. No need to be shy. It was you I was looking for. Runway 30 taxi via Alpha. And is this for the cat rating? Roger.
Yeah, there's no way in hell I'm actually going to go back to Seal Beach, so I'm halfway to Catalina now. I know he's busy, so I'm not going to bug him. I'm flying to direct to Catalina anyway, so it's not a big deal. So what do we want? We want the VOR, so let's see. It's going to be the VOR DME Bravo. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and switch into 111.4 on my nav 1. Alright, then we're going to go direct there. this is awesome. Seriously, I'm like, I don't hear anybody on the radio, but I think they might. Usually at the top of the hour, I'm not sure when the shift changes are, but usually at the top of the hour, if you don't hear somebody, it's because they're trying to brief all the
Southwest 5954, contact Las Vegas approach
information.
125.9.
I guess not.
Air 516, key radar contact 10 miles north of the Ontario Airport, Ontario altimeter.
All right.
299.
We'll accept that we actually checked the weather, even though it's not showing.
Air 3 Delta Charlie, clear direct Santa Catalina, contact SoCal approach 127.4.
Direct Santa Catalina, 27.4, 3 Delta Charlie. All right, 27.4. Actually, what I needed to do is fly 230 first. Keep doing that. Wrong one. 230.
Southwest 5954, Las Vegas approach, spec bridge approach, runway 26 left, altimeter 2986.
It's actually 23, yeah, right about there. There we go.
PHK on, what altitude do you have to cross Madu at?
Alright, so next thing I want to do... Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Next thing I want to do is put in, I'm going to put in the same 111.4 here.
PHKIM, how do you read?
And I'm going to do 172.
Okay, just let me know.
Circle approach, Douglas 473, Delta Charlie 4000 with the weather. Request the VOR Bravo DME. Try to get that in as quick as possible.
Madu, what altitude do you have to cross Madu at? You got your clearance from San Marcos, so you start the approach from San Marcos. What altitude do you have to be at when you cross Madu?
Hilarious. I wonder if I'm going to have to just circle here. I'm not going to get my clearance.
That's correct. So that's a fail for the test. Say intentions.
I'm just going to fly it. I mean, he's talking to everybody, anyways. Okay, 5.3.
Roger that. No problem. Yeah, you can just continue the approach there.
I'm going to turn right for 352.
473 Delta Charlie SoCal approach. Altimeter 299.7. Advise weather and approach request.
Have the weather and request the VOR DME Bravo from Santa Catalina 3 Delta Charlie.
3 Delta Charlie cleared VOR DME Bravo approach cross Santa Catalina at 4000.
Cleared for the VOR DME Bravo cross Catalina at 4000 3 Delta Charlie. All right, there we go.
Southwest 5954 to maintain 8000.
Gotta like that just in time. Coming up on 3.5 miles now. And you can see the, here's the runway here. So you can see...
Pablo Hotel Kilo and Mike, go ahead.
You can see if somebody's departing here and they make a left turn here, they're pretty much right in our path here. So you got it. If you're departing out here visually, you got to make sure you're looking out for incoming traffic.
Madu is behind you, 6 miles.
All right, so I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna make a right turn here. I'm gonna go ahead and do it a little early. Go 352. But that thing turns quick. Well, whatever.
PHKM, that is weird. I'm not sure what would cause that. That's an interesting thing. But either way, the one in front of you, if it was the one, you'd still have to cross that. All
right, here goes my altitude. Check this out. Let's see if it can. Here it goes. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't have. Maybe it's me turning that's causing that. All right, so we're looking for Wrigley 5 DME.
I'm not sure how that would be possible. That is strange.
All right, and then we're going to go ahead and nav 1 is going to go to
7 uniform pop contact
172
128.1
as well.
Over 128.1, 7 uniform pop.
There we go. Looks good. Actually, let's go spin that around.
Alright, 7 Uniform Papa, SoCal approach, lane altimeter 29er.
Alright, we can descend down to 3,400. Okay, DME says 3.7. Okay, coming back up on the radio. Keep hitting that wrong button there. Okay, that looks pretty good. Actually, we're pretty good there. So we're going to make a left turn here shortly for 307. We just got to make sure we're within 10 miles here. Okay, just crossing Wrigley now. Look for 3,400.
Tower, do you have a call sign?
And we're going to go ahead, let's go ahead and make our left turn for 307.
GGAMM Santa Maria Tower, runway 30, clear for takeoff, north departure
And
approved.
then we'll do a 1 minute timer. Okay, so yeah, it wants to climb here. It doesn't do very good on the thing. Alright, so that's stable. We're going to go 1 minute outbound.
Southwest 5954, Las Vegas Airport, 10 o'clock, 5 miles, port side.
Alright, so once we get back to Wrigley,
clear vision approach, runway 26 left, contact tower.
actually once we're back on the 172, we can descend down to 2300. Where's that level at? Alright, just want to make sure I know where it is. Alright, we're going to go ahead and turn back in now. We're getting a little bit farther out than I want. Alright, so we're going to go back to 127. And let's go level here. Alright. Yeah, look at this thing. It can't keep the altitude. Oh my god. This altitude. Let me just take that off because that's going to kill me here. But it's not stable.
Your 7 Uniform Papa, contact SoCal approach 119.6.
Yeah, it doesn't like those big turns.
Tower 121.2, squawk 34, heavy landing.
I don't know what you missed. There's just a lot of comms going across the radio here, so it's been kind of a challenge a little bit there. So we're 30. We got to be 3,400 until we get to the 172 heading up. I also got to start turning. Problem is I only did a 30-second outbound turn because I was getting a little too far away, and so that's why it caused me this problem. So we're on the 172 heading now. There we go. Now we can descend down to 2,300. Let's go ahead and get slowed down. Go props in. Make sure full rich.
You have the weapons for the visual approach, runway 27.
Okay. So we're looking for 2,300. And that's right at Wrigley. It's at 5 miles. Okay. I got the airport in sight.
56 Yankee, contact on my tower 121.2.
It looks like I'm lower than I should be. I probably didn't do my altimeter right. SoCal approach, Douglas 473, Delta Charlie airport in sight. I'd like to cancel my part this time.
Pablo Kilo India Mike contact Santa Maria Tower 118.3.
So we're going to go to 122.7.
473 Delta Charlie. I understand you want to cancel IFR?
Yeah, I'd like to cancel IFR at this time. 3 Delta Charlie.
For 3 Delta Charlie, IFR cancellation received. Register service terminated squawk VFR. Frequency change approved.
Squawk VFR, frequency change approved. 3 Delta Charlie. Alright, this is going to be a challenge here. As I'm descending like mad. Okay, so there's that. 122.7. we go. I think we're supposed to cancel on the ground for the I ratings. I don't know. Go platform. Catalina traffic. Douglas 473 Delta Charlie's on the VOR DME Bravo at 4 miles out. Inbound to land. Alright, I gotta get my gear down. A lot of things going on here. Oh, I've already passed all the ratings, so I'm just redoing them just for the fun of it. Just because it's something that will help me learn this plane better. You know, if I just go and fly this plane by myself and not have to worry about all the, you know, frequency changes, navs, and all that, you know, all the, you know, stuff that's hard to do while you're flying, then it's not going to teach me much. It's not going to, I don't know. It just won't push me to a challenge, so to speak, I guess. Catalina traffic, 3 Delta Charlie's, right base, 2-1, Catalina. I think that's 2-1, or is it 2-2? Oh, it's 2-2, okay. Should probably turn at some point here. I'm really slow as well. I'm almost floating here. It's crazy how slow I am. Alright, let's go full flaps here. I gear, lights, props, everything is good. Okay. Catalina traffic, 3 Delta Charlie, short final, 2-2 full stop, Catalina. Alright, here we go. Let's get a better stable approach. To me, it was hard to tell my altitude as I was coming in. I thought it seemed like I was lower than I really was, but so it kind of caused me to be high here. And I'm a little bit fast. Oh, I can't. Oh! Okay, so I know what the stall speed is. It's 65 knots with full flaps because I just did it. Just as I was on short final. I told you this was going to be a rough landing. This is the first time I've ever done a full flaps landing. And so I was... look at this. Oh, perfect. I'm going to go exactly where I wanted. So yeah, I was trying to get as slow as possible so I could make this landing easier. Isn't that awesome? Wait till you see this takeoff next. Let's see, hopefully I didn't damage anything. Alright. Catalina traffic, 3 Delta Charlie is clear, 2-2. Catalina. Alright, see if I can get out of this mess. Where am I to park here? I'll just park on the grass. That was pretty cool landing there, by the way. We've never spun it around going the opposite direction. Alright, so that was the I7. I think, I'm not sure what the rating actually calls for. So if let me put the brakes on. If you're actually doing the ratings yourself, you might want to check. You might want to check exactly if they want you to. Yeah, if they want you to exactly, if they want you to actually cancel on the ground or not. I don't know the specifics on the. Let's see here. Cancel IFR at some point during the flight or after landing. Okay, well there we go. It says it right there. Cancel IFR at some point during the flight or after ground. So we're good. So normally we would call up and, you know, at this point we'd ask you if we got a pass or whatever. You know, I don't think we had any problems. One thing I did notice is my DME got to 10 point, I think about 10.1, and my understanding is it's supposed to be no more than 10. So I would, you know, if you're doing this as well, definitely take a look at that and make sure you don't get out there as far as I did. All right, so let's go I8. What do we got? I think we're going to, where is it? I8. All right, Catalina to San Diego. Beautiful. So what are we doing here? Oh, we're just basically, we're gonna get a clearance Actually, I think we'll just pick up our clearance in the air because I don't think it says you have to do it on the ground here. So I want to practice in the air clearance if possible. It says inform HC initial contact that you're performing. I don't need to do that. Copy and read back IFR clearance to KSN. I'll do that in the air. Obtain an IFR while on the ground. Okay. Or you may depart under VFR. Well, this is cool. And activate in the air to avoid a departure delay. That's fine. I will do that. I'll do it that way. Most people do it on the ground, but let's make it a little more interesting, and we'll do it. We'll pick it up in the air. Depart Catalina on the runway heading until reaching. Yeah, okay, we already know that. We're gonna follow the ODP and then requesting vectors for the localizer 27 approach and profile correctly. So this approach, if I remember right, does not have DME. Or no, it's a localizer. Okay, so it does have DME. Alright, so let me just look here real quick. And we're going to switch. We're going to go. This is why I like this website. Too bad it didn't have all the airports that are in the world, but that's fine. I only fly, pretty much only do Pilotedge anyways. Since I use the service, I might as well use it all the time. Alright, so our approach is going to be the localizer 27. So at some point I think we're gonna file to Mission Bay and then we'll get vectors. But so the DME is on the so it is on the localizer. Okay, that's fine. I was thinking that this one didn't have DME for some reason and we were gonna have to use Pogi as our location. Anyways, we'll use that anyways. Well, let me see here. Now, since I got DME, I'm probably going to keep the Pogi off. I'll probably keep Mission Bay in there for my mist as I'm coming down. We'll see. We'll see how well we can get this approach done, but it shouldn't be bad. Let's see. What was I going to file? Let's see. Oh, I got a helicopter in front of me there. Kind of distracted me for a second. So this is what I was planning. My route is going to be the coastal Papa 56, and this is what we'll file. So let's go ahead and put it in. Okay, that's all good, and we'll set this to KAVX. And that'll be KSAN. And I wish I could see. Alright, and then we'll go here and paste. And we're going to file, what altitude was I going to do? I think it was 5,000. No, this is what we do. We go sky vector. Actually, yeah. There is a route actually for the coastal, so I'll show you. This is kind of an easy way to do it using this website, but you can actually look it up as well. So if you go here, we'll go AVX to San Diego. This makes life a lot easier. We're going to be in it's a prop under 189, and so this is what it's going to be landing west almost all the time. So it's going to be 5,000. So we'll just put the details in there. That's good. So we're going to go 5,000 and we'll keep the speed about 150. And it's about an hour. I don't know. It's probably about an hour. I'll just leave it an hour, 2 hours. Feel it's good. So not really sure if they want this in caps or not. Probably not, but it looks a little better. All right. So that looks good. All right. File IFR. We're done with our filing. Go ahead and get rid of that. This is let's see, what was our route here? Alright, so I'll put this back up on the screen. This is our route. So basically to the Catalina VOR, it's called Santa Catalina VOR. Victor 208 to Oceanside. Victor 23 down to Mission Bay. So what's our plan for our nav radios here? Well, I got two different plans here. First thing is I'm going to put in Catalina 111.4 in nav 1. That's already there. I'm going to go direct to it. Whoops, what was that? Alright, so direct to it there. And then we're going to fly outbound 084. And so I'm going to put it also in nav 2, 111.4, and then put that on the 084 radio. That looks about good. And the switchover point here, if you look right here, this is what we call the switchover point. So when we're flying down this Victor 208 or 2070, either one, it's basically at 31 miles from Santa Catalina and 20 miles from Oceanside is when we'll switch over. So at some point down here, as soon as I'm on the airway on via my nav 2, I'll switch this one over to Oceanside and pick it up for the 264 radial. 264 radial on the inbound course. So after that, we'll fly outbound 145 on the Victor 23 to Mission Bay, and then this one I don't think has a switchover point. So what we do is we just estimate halfway between. So it looks like 16, and then I got 13 miles there. So somewhere near Cardiff will be fine, and we can do it that way. So that'll work as well. All right, somewhere before we get to Mission Bay, we're going to call up the approach and say we have the weather, and we're going to request vectors for the localizer 27. So that's the plan. Any questions? All right, let's resync our. So we're at 07. About 071. See how far off they get? That's crazy. 071. Probably because that hard landing too didn't help. 071. We're going to. What's the ODP here? That's not what I wanted. So what I can do is go here to here. Let's pull that up, and we'll look for the ODP for this airport. And it is takeoff minimums. Pull that up. What's cool about this program is it actually will search through your takeoff and basically find the airport you want. So you don't have to go searching for it, which is great. So let's read this real quick. Takeoff minimums and departure procedures. So, depart procedure, runway 22, climb straight ahead to 2300, then proceed on course. Pretty simple. So at 2300, then we can proceed on course. All right, that's easy enough. We'll go back here, and we'll just go to the maps. I don't know if I put in a. Yeah, we'll pick that up and see if it actually shows where we're at here. Alright, it shows our route there as well, which is cool. Kind of. Alright, let's just go ahead and close that out for now. I don't need that right now. Alright, so we're not going to get any clearance. We're just going to pick it up in the air, and we'll go from there. Let me step away for 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I'm ready to roll, I think. See what kind of damage we can do. And here we go. So we're already on. We're going to pick up... oh, one thing I want to look at here is... what frequency are we going to get on when we're in the air. So sorry, I'm just trying to look it up real quick. Yeah, I know you will. So the proper frequency for, I could cheat and just go 128.1, but I just want to make sure this is what we're actually supposed to pick up here. So Socal approach 127.4. That's what we're going to use. Yeah, we're going to use 127.4. I am at Catalina. You must have missed my landing here. It was quite interesting. I was able to do a full 180 on the runway after I touched down. Yeah, you saw that? Yeah, that was pretty funny for sure. All right, I'm ready to go. We're like I said, we're gonna do. We're gonna pick up the clearance in the air. It doesn't say, you know, the I rating didn't say either one. It says you can do either or. So let's go. All right, clear, clear. Let's even get out of here first. Alright, try to look behind me if I can. Okay, now we're going to start speeding up. So is that the DC3 that you have look anything like this one? Is it pretty much the same, Marcus? Tell you, for a free plane, this thing is quite fun to fly for sure. Alright, truck IR coming off. It's, I don't know who made this one. Oh, it's the same guys that made it for P3D. They brought it over to X-Plane for free. Yeah. I mean, it's probably not the same level as the one they made for P3D, but it's pretty good. Alright, I'm going to pull up my map just so I have it. And again, it's going to be Catalina on the 084 Victor 27. As soon as we get out of the area, we'll call up 127.4 and pick up our, yeah, we'll just let them know where we're at. Or first of all, who we are, where we're at, and where we're going. Those are the three things that are pretty much what you got to do on any call. So always remember those three things for sure. Catalina traffic, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie is departing runway 22. Alright, truck IR is coming on. This is going to be this is going to be an interesting takeoff for sure. Let me give me I don't need full flaps. About half flaps there. Pretty much going to drop off the end of this runway and then we'll be flying. Hopefully I can keep it straight going down the center line here. Alright, let's get it straight, and looks good. Brakes. Alright, wheel lock, let's check our... Ooh, we're out of gas. That's not good. That's stupid planning on my part. Here, look at that. Magic. Like that? Yeah, I know. You're counting on me? Oof. Alright, let's check. We're good. Fuel good. Here we go. Okay, slowly increasing the throttle. Trying to keep it straight. Just differential braking. That's all you can do right now. Alright, throttles. Looking good. Okay, 80 knots, and I got plenty of room. Pause rate, gear up. Looking for 2300. Alright, let's keep an eye out, making sure nobody's coming in. Not sure what that beeping noise is. Never heard that before. I'll have to take a look at that in a minute. I need to concentrate on this. Oh, it's because I got flaps. Whoops. It's because I had more than half a flap, so that's why. Okay. Nice. Almost there. Alright, there's 2300. Okay. Gonna clear left and looking pretty good there. The gear was, I pulled the gear up when I was half flaps, so I needed to go, I need to be at one stage of flaps or lower before I pull the gear up, is what it is. So normally you don't take off with the half flaps, I guess. I just wanted to have a little bit extra lift there, just in case I wasn't going to make it off the runway. Okay, looking for 110. Catalina is coming up. We're pretty much over it now, so I'm going to go 084 from here. Alright, got a clear left. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just stay at this altitude here. I'm going to wait till we clear just over the water, then I'll contact SoCal departure. Alright, so we're going to go 084 on nav 1. Actually, yeah, that's about right. It's hard to see it, but it's about right. We're just right over top of it right now. Alright, looking clear. Don't see anybody out here. I know this is rough on the stream, but I don't want to hit anybody. I mean, like it matters, but... Alright, we're clear to the south. Catalina traffic, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie is clear to the south at 4,000. Alright, put in 127.4.
Alpha Delta, and Mike runway 30, taxi by Alpha.
Yep. Need to get straightened out here a little bit better. SoCal departure, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie. It's about 4 miles south of Catalina. I'd like to pick up my IFR to Lindbergh.
Southwest 459, all discretion, Las Vegas Tower, runway 26, left to land, wind 200, 1 gust 26.
Alright.
Last aircraft, on SoCal second.
Yeah, SoCal departure, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie is about 4 miles south of Catalina. I'd like to pick up IFR to Lindbergh.
473 Delta Charlie, SoCal approach, maintain VFR, squawk 3263.
VFR 3263, 3 Delta Charlie. Alright, 3263, this is going to be, we're at fun here, this thing at 32. As you can see, I'm starting to fade to the right as I'm doing it. It's really hard to see. 3263, alright, there we go.
473 Delta Charlie, radar contact 5 miles east of the Catalina Airport. That will be altimeter 2906, maintain VFR, and I understand you want to pick up IFR to Lindbergh. Say your navigation 7.
Yeah, Douglas 473 Delta Charlie slant Alpha, and we'll main VFR to Lindbergh. That was totally the incorrect way to say that, and I've already went above my altitude that I filed for. It's climbing in a hurry here.
Number 473 Delta Charlie, cleared to the San Diego Lindbergh Airport via flight heading 110. Join Victor 208. Then as filed. Maintain 5,000.
Alright, 100 to join Victor 23, then as filed, maintain 5,000. Douglas 473 Delta Charlie.
473 Delta Charlie, join Victor 208, not 23, it's Victor 208.
Victor 208, 3 Delta Charlie, yep. 23 is in the next, my next, alright, so now I'm descending here.
Photo to the Mike Center Tower, runway 30, clear for
This thing
takeoff.
is not very stable on me right now.
015.
Alright, so I'm climbing. I'm going to try to trim this thing as best I can. And I got to start doing my takeoff procedures, so to speak.
Clear. One check.
Alright, pull that back. We're going to make sure a little bit.
0019, dust 210.
Alright, slow climb. Go ahead and put our close our cowl flaps. They already were. So I don't like the scroll, the mouse scroll doing zoom, and I wish I could disable that in X-Plane. Just don't care for it very much. It always causes me problems. Alright, so we're picking up
Charlie, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
28.1, 3 Delta Charlie. So you can see I'm coming along here on the Victor 208. So 28.1.
Compass 1185, early ground turn transponder on.
Alright, so let's try to stay stable here. SoCal approach, Douglas 473, Delta Charlie 5000.
Douglas 473, Delta Charlie, SoCal approach, John Wayne, altimeter 288, turn right 10 degrees, John Victor 208.
Right 10 degrees for Victor 208, 3 Delta Charlie. That's not good. It's because I was fading here.
Compass 1185, early ground runway 25 right, taxi via Charlie Bravo.
Alright, so I'm looking for 110 now.
Actually, that's going to be 25 right via Charlie 1 of Bravo.
Alright, see if we can get this thing stable. I'm going to put the autopilot on, just give me a little hand here. See if it'll work, hopefully. Let's see, go level.
Golf Alpha Mike, contact Bakersfield approach.
Set that to 110.
Golf Alpha Mike, contact Bakersfield approach, 118.8.
now we're going to go 08.
Yep. Other back right.
Jesus Christ, this thing's massive, drastic here. Okay, so 084 to get on the radio, get on the Victor 208. Let's leave it right there for now. All right, autopilot's holding me at 5,000. All right, I can take a little bit of breath, keep my hands off the stick for a second.
Mike on departure.
And I can look for Oceanside next, so that is going to be on 115.3, I think. Just look here real quick. 115.3. We'll set that in nav 2.
India Mike contact. Send over departure.
All right, we're gonna look for
Alpha Mike. Take a short approach.
084 as well.
3 advised when you have the weather.
Right about there, looks good. And so what did we say our changeover point was? 31 miles. So we still got 11 miles, 10 miles to go.
Roger. Papa Kilo India Mike. Go to departure radar contact.
Well, it's a good time to have a sip of the drink. All right. All right, let's line up. We're at 085 here. We are not 085 here, so we're going to reline that. Let's go ahead and line up. We're not 085 here.
10 o'clock, 4 miles opposite direction.
I don't know if there is a CSL for this or not. It'd be sweet if there was. I was saying on my last flight, when I was doing the I7 earlier, and I was saying that it would be awesome to do
about 4 miles
a shared cockpit in this thing. Somebody doing the radios and switching the navs, the other person's doing the flying or whatever. Make it a lot easier for me, for sure. Trying to hold, like, when I try to hand fly this and try to change frequencies and all that, that's when I get a little crazy. Yes, that would be sweet. I could definitely do that. I could definitely try. But if it looks like a 172 or whatever, it's, you know, what good is that? All right, so we're looking at our DME. Remember, 31 miles can be our switchover point. Also got to listen. Yesterday I was talking all the way to Vegas and I was blabbing away, and Ray was trying to get a hold of me to switch me over to Joshua Approach, and I missed his call twice. And I finally like, did you try to call me? And he's like, yeah, for like the last 5 minutes. So did you watch Bill? I watched Bill stream the whole thing last night. That was pretty cool. Definitely interesting. I even put it. I even streamed it on. I even put it on my TV, and my wife was watching, so she was enjoying it as well. It's kind of funny. All right, so just getting ready. We can go ahead. It's 31 miles, so we can go ahead and switch over.
About 1 mile. 25 right, clear takeoff. Wind 270 at 12.
And what I'm doing is I'm just navigating by nav 2 right now, and I'm going to switch over this. That's about right about there. It's actually good. Yeah, exactly. I understand. Hell, me and my wife already ate dinner and all that, and we were sitting there watching him eat dinner. It was funny. She made like salmon and rice or something, or chemo, or I don't know how to say it.
Understand your Skyhawk going eastbound,
I'm going to turn his volume up just a little bit. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and switch over to 115.3 here.
Number 1232 Golf. After departure, proceed on course southeastbound. Maintain VFR at or below 2,500 till advised. Departure frequency 134.2. Squawk 1752.
right, and then once we hit Oceanside, we're going to hit the Victor 23, which is, I'll pull this up here, Victor 23, which was, what do we say, 145 outbound? Yeah.
Reach 2 Golf is going to be 134.2.
And we still have 16 and a half miles to go. All right, so we're about 093 here.
Compass 1195, contact with car departure.
093, and that looks pretty good. All right, when I hit Oceanside and I make my turn, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the ATIS. We'll get ready for that. All right, Mike. All right, it's good to go. Yeah, I did the what was it, I6, and my autopilot wouldn't work. It was basically bouncing me. Climb, it would go from like 2,000 foot per minute climb back down to 2,000 descent, and it just kept going back and forth. I had a hand flight the whole flight. Made it kind of fun. Trying to trim this thing out is a little finicky sometimes.
I'm going 1232 golf for bank ground. Say Barton. 1232 golf. There's more than one GA ramp. But which side of the airport are you on?
And it's always fun trying to figure out where people are. Like that guy this morning, he was like, do you see me on the map?
Taxi via Alpha.
Your response should be just basically, if you were to do that in the real world, what would his answer be? That's basically what you got to say to the guys. Like, if you did this in the real world, what would their answer be? Do you see me on the map?
1185, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb via SID, and check your altimeter, showing you at 5,600 now. Shipment level at 5,000, the LE altimeter 2990.
Well, I guess that's somebody that's used to VATSIM, I guess. Some of the things that they do differently.
No problem, just watch that next time. Yes sir, climb via SID. Douglas 2 Delta Charlie, contact SoCal approach, 119.6.
19.6, 3 Delta Charlie. Circle approach, Douglas 473, Delta Charlie 5000.
Douglas 473, Delta Charlie, SoCal approach, Stevenburg altimeter 29090, advise you have the weather. Expect the visual approach, runway 27.
I will advise, and 3 Delta Charlie 2990. Man, that's a little early. I'm not even, I guess this plane's so slow that I was expecting to get the weather at Oceanside, but whatever. Okay.
Golf, Alpha Golf.
So 2990.
Alpha Mike. Air services terminated, squawk VFR, frequency change approved.
That's actually right about there. All right. So we're going to turn 145 as soon as we cross over the VOR.
For 939 Mike, having contact. Make a short approach, 118.8.
Let's go ahead and pull up the weather.
All runway assignments, and hold short instructions. All VFR departures, contact clearance delivery with your aircraft type, initial heading, and requested cruise altitude. Operate transponder with Mode C on all taxiways and runways. Advise on initial contact you have uniform. Lindbergh Field Information Uniform. 2051 Zulu. Wind, 290 at 11. Visibility 10. Sky clear below 12,000. Temperature 26. Dew point 18. Altimeter 2990. Visual approach runway 27, in use. Departing runway 27.
Alright, that's good.
Read back all.
Alright, we have uniform.
473 Delta Charlie, traffic, 1 o'clock, 5 miles.
He keeps saying
4,500 level, Peter, type unknown.
Negative traffic 473 Delta Charlie. was thinking he was calling somebody else.
39er Mike Alpha. Correction, sugar. Golf Alpha Mike Victor Tower, you call up?
I was thinking he was talking with just somebody else. Okay, 145. Probably a little early on that turn. Yeah. So 1 mile. Alright, so we're good. Okay. 145, maybe a little late on the turn actually. So 145.
Golf Alpha Mike Victor Tower, enter left downwind.
God, that would suck to have to
30
call
right,
those
45 field.
European call signs all the time. Golf Alpha Mike. Oh, I see that traffic right there. Ooh, that was right underneath me.
Golf Alpha Mike, enter left downwind. Runway 30 right.
Yeah, I was way late on that turn actually.
Golf Alpha Mike, read back the runway. That's going to be runway 30 right. 30 right.
Alright, so what am I on? I8 or I7?
Compass 1185, contact LA Center 135.
I8. Yeah, so I gotta ask for the vectors.
After now, Mike, after short approach, pick a short altimeter 29903, advise you had the weather, report the airport in sight.
Okay, we can get back on the Victor 23. So our next one is Mission Bay. Mission Bay is 117.8, if I remember right. Let me just take a look. 117.8. Let's go ahead and put that in.
Compass 1185, LA Center, roger. Golf, Alpha Mike, you were blocked. I didn't catch that, say again.
Okay, 117.8. I will call him and let him know I have the weather in a second here, but just trying to get all my P's and Q's in order. That's going to be on 326.
Brian 39, Mike, on to get the last transmission.
So it'll be 145, 146. Somewhere right about there. Actually.
Brian 39, Mike Alpha. Bakersfield approach, Bakersfield altimeter 29903. Thank you for Alpha. Airport, the airport in sight. Remember, like I said before, all you gotta say is your altitude, and if you have the weather, you can say that too. Golf Alpha, Mike, Bakersfield Tower, enter the right down, correction, left downwind, runway 30 right, report midfield.
I still got time, so I'm not going to disrupt his communications with other people here, so.
Hotel Kilo, and you might got traffic just behind your right wing at about 1.5 miles out of 5,000. The target type unknown, traveling southeastbound, appears to be climbing.
Circle approach, Douglas 473, Delta Charlie. It's got uniform. Request the vectors for localizer 27.
There's 473 Delta Charlie. You can expect that.
3 Delta Charlie. All right.
1185. Contact LA Center 133.55.
Okay, so let's look. Let's brief our ILS here. So 110.9, let's put it up on the screen. 110.9 or 275 of the course. We're going to get vectors. And so our missed approach is going to be climb to 2500 on the heading 275, Mission Bay, Vortac 255, to Cacade intersection, which is the MZB 12.3 DME and hold. Pretty simple. All right, man. Thanks for joining us here. So basically it's going to be outbound until we get on the 255 from Mission Bay, and then we're going to go out Mission Bay 12.3 DME and then hold. So we're going to be coming here and we'll do a parallel entry and do for a right pattern. So what we'll do is we'll put in Oceanside in our nav2. Wow, actually
1232 Golf.
Yeah, we'll put in we'll put in Mission Bay in our nav 2, and as we fly towards this, we'll put in Oceanside in our nav 1. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. It's just basically going to be straight ahead for quite a bit here to get there. So we're set. All right, and we got our altitude restrictions here. We'll probably. I don't think he's going to take us all the way out to Vida. Maybe. never know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'll see you at, I'll talk to you tomorrow, Marcus. Morning. Alright, let's get that off the screen. And so the MSA, you know, I didn't really go over all the charts as I was finding because I just look at them myself, and I'm not going to throw a bunch of information up on the stream. But anyways, there's a lot of stuff here that, you know, I've just looked at and read while I'm looking at the chart that I haven't briefed doing my approach briefing. So just know that you're going to want to cover every section here and know it as you're coming in there. Especially something really important is your MSA. If you know your MSA, and this is if you look here, the MSA here is around MZB, which is Mission Bay here. So anything this direction out here, 4,400. Anything this direction out here, this is 25 radius. So anything in this area, you know, you want to be at 5,500 just to be safe. Most of it is here behind you, but anyways, and then you got 21 out here. So that's just something good to know in case you have to go visual and stuff like that. Alright, so we are 20 miles and then 8 miles. I should have flipped over to MZB, which, I mean, I'm already on the nav2, which is fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dial in here, since I'm already direct to Mission, I keep saying MZB, Mission Bay. I'm going to dial in 110.9 on nav1. 10.9.
1232 Golf. Radar contact, kind of departure.
Alright, 110.9. Not picking up anything now, so what I'll do is I'll
to any of my contact center over tower, 109.7.
put in VRR1 so I can hear as I come into...
Through now, Mike, I'm kind of Baker Shield Tower, 18.1.
Alright, so we're right on 150, so let's go ahead and realign our gyros here. That's good. Look at that, here's the airport right there, so... So I should be getting a left turn here shortly, and this is going to start deflecting here.
Santa Barbara Tower, wind 2409 over runway 7, clear to land.
So he said I can expect that, but I need vectors from Mission Bay for sure.
Skype 1232 Golf, SoCal departure, southeastbound departure, approved, maintain appropriate vapor altitude, Burbank altimeter 2987.
I'm not going to chase the needle here because I'm getting close. I need to get some vectors here.
Golf Alpha, Mike, disregard.
Come on. Turn. Circle approach, Douglas 473, Delta Charlie's coming up on Mission Bay.
903, Mike Alpha, base.
I just saw traffic there too.
Enter left base, runway 30 left. Golf Alpha, Mike, runway 30, I clear to land. Air Force 72 Delta Charlie, turn left heading 090, contact SoCal approach 124.35, vector localizer approach.
090, 124.35, 3 Delta Charlie. Draw a blank there, 12435. I don't remember ever having that one. Can't even see that. So 090, 12435. Is that on my approach? 12435. Yes, it is. Circular approach 473 Delta Charlie 900,000.
Golf Alpha, Mike, right close traffic approved. Report misfilled right, runway 30 right.
Okay, we still haven't picked up the localizer here. It's fine. So we don't need nav 2. I mean, we need nav 2 on 117.8. And so we're at 117.8 and we're looking for 255 for the mist.
470 Delta Charlie, SoCal approach San Diego, altimeter 2990.
9990, 3 Delta Charlie. So 255 for my radial. Get a little closer so I can see it better. So 255. It's pretty funny. We're actually on the 255. We're actually, wow, we're on the 075. I would expect tower for Lindbergh is on 118.3. That'll be our next frequency change, I believe. It should be, yep. And let's see, airport elevation 17 feet. Our missed approach. That's one thing I didn't talk about. Missed approach is 680 feet.
PHK again, taxi to GA ramp via Alpha Bravo, cross runway 15 right at Alpha, cross runway 15 left at Alpha.
It's given kind of. This looks better from higher up with the orthos, but still looks pretty decent from this. You know, it could look worse, right? Be the stock X-plane or stock P3D, or even worse. Look at this plane. Looks incredible. I don't know. I like these old planes. I like flying these things.
Golf Golf Alpha, Mike, runway 30 right. Clear to land, wind 26011.
Alright, sounds like we're picking up our nav 1. Perfect. We've identified that. Why didn't I put in 275 here? Just kind of down. Yeah, let's get a little closer. Alright. There we go. Let's see how far we can take it down with just instruments. Alright, it looks like we're going to probably get we're going to make a right turn here shortly, hopefully, and intercept Vida. Vida's at 4,000 or above. So we should get a right turn, blah, 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 descend and maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer. There's something in that remarks.
3-2 operator services are terminated. Squawk VFR frequency change approved. Igniter Mike Alpha traffic on a base for the parallel Skyhawk, runway 30 left.
Let me just make
clear
sure.
To land,
East.
wind 27011.
East. East. Looks good. This should be going off of when I turn this, not when I turn this. If you notice,
Golf Alpha, Mike,
when I maneuver this,
as you turn into
the autopilot
Pilotedge,
adjusts
you'll see
to
traffic
whatever I
off
have
your
here.
left wing
This one
on
doesn't matter at all.
about a 2.5 mile base for the parallel,
funny.
also Skyhawk.
Anyways, back to instruments. And we got it. This guy.
Douglas 3 Delta Charlie, turn right heading 190, descend and maintain 3,800.
190 down to 3,800 to 3 Delta Charlie. Alright, so we can descend 3,800. Let's keep an eye on this because it seems like when I spin this wheel, yeah, see, look at it. Descend down to there. that much. Alright, I'm gonna pull throttles back a little bit. It's getting crazy here. Alright, autopilot's coming off. That's not right. That should never have done that. Alright, 190. Alright. I had to do that because I started to... This thing got all squirrely on me. I had to get my view up because it was in a bad way real quick, and I just wanted to make sure. Normally you would just keep on the instruments, obviously, but this thing it's got some issues with the autopilot for sure. I don't even know if this plane in real life has an autopilot. It just helps. The reason I use it is it helps me be able to make adjustments to my frequencies and everything else I'm trying to do at the same time. So it helps me keep the plane stable while I'm doing that.
So 3 Delta Charlie, turn right heading 270, turn the localizer.
270, turn the localizer, 3 Delta Charlie. Alright. What the hell's going on here? Ah.
So 3 Delta Charlie, you are 2.5 miles from Zida. Continue to turn heading 290, maintain 3,800 till established localizer. Clear localizer runway 27 approach.
290 until established. Cleared for the localizer 273 Delta Charlie. I didn't hear what else
Golf
she
Golf
said.
Alpha Mike Mike, taxi to parking via Alpha. Remain this frequency. Have a great day. And I believe someone was calling on Monty Tower. Say again.
Alright. She got me a little bit, have to recover here. Not to mention, okay. So I'm coming up on, so Vita is 14.2. Alright, and I'd be at 4,000.
1232
so
Golf
I'm a little
Monty
bit low
Tower.
there.
Go ahead.
Alright, so now I can descend down to 3,600, and that's going to be at 12.2.
So 1232 Golf, enter right downwind, runway 19, report midfield.
This is when I wish I had the autopilot working correctly. Okay, 3,600. Alright, I'm established on the localizer now.
Compass 1185, contact Oakland Center 127.45.
And I'm looking for 12.2. I'm already down. Then I can go to 2,700. Alright, let's go ahead and go. Whoops. You know what? Let's get our throttles.
Compass 1185, contact Oakland Center 127.45.
Alright, so 2,700 by, what is that, 8.7?
Golf Golf Alpha Mike Mike, taxi to parking via Alpha. Remain this frequency and have a great day.
Oops, I'm chasing the needles right now. That's not good. 2.7. Alright, there. It's better. 2.7 and by, what is it? 8.7, okay. Yeah.
Golf Golf Alpha Mike Mike. According to the last controller, it was kind of questionable. The main issue was when you were instructed to enter the left downwind for runway 30 right, I'm assuming. But he said you actually started your downwind about 5.5 miles out from the field. The pattern actually for your category of aircraft is going to be about between a mile to a mile and a half from the runway that you're making the pattern
so
for.
2.7 by 8.7.
Alright,
there it is. Now you can send down to 2,000.
3 miles, but you're never really going to see something that's going to be that far out. So whenever you're given a pattern entry instruction, you get to about 2 miles max. But you want to be within
I need to get over to tower 119
of the runway when you actually join the pattern at pattern altitude.
To make sure
Does that make sense?
Okay, so I'm looking for 6.5 2000.
Golf Alpha Mike. Alright, well if you have that concern, you can go ahead and just let the controller know, hey, we're still pretty high. We like to get down. In that case, they
Pretty
might
high.
tell you to
I want to get down.
or they'll give you a 360 or something like that. But
there's 6.5 now, so I can descend down to 2. The missed approach, I can descend down to 6. I'm going to descend down to 680.
More time or a descent or whatever, go ahead and let the controller know. That way we know what you're thinking.
Okay, so I'll descend to 680, but I'm going to look up at probably 1200, probably be good. Just for my own benefit here. I need to get over the controller. I mean the tower. Sooner than later.
939 Mike Alpha, taxi to parking via Foxtrot Alpha, cross runway 30 right at Foxtrot. And was this for the Cat 5 as well?
Oh, I could get gear down too. Let's go. I wouldn't be stupid not to get my gear down. 3 Delta Charlie Tower.
3 Delta Charlie, contact Limerick Tower 18.3, sorry.
18.3, 3 Delta Charlie. Yep, 18.3. I don't want to do this when I'm trying to figure this all out. Limerick Tower, 3 Delta Charlie's localizer 27.
Douglas 473 Delta Charlie, Limerick Tower, wind 3109, runway 27, Clearland.
Clearland 27, 3 Delta Charlie. Alright, I'll look up now. Whoa, a little high.
Dynamic Alpha, your pass to the Cat 5.
for runway 19.
That wasn't too bad actually. I felt
939 Mike Alpha, thank you. Goodbye.
That was my most stable approach so far in
runway
this.
19 clear to land, wind 200.
I was high because I pushed the flaps in and it just wants to jack up.
To land runway 19.
Push the nose up all of a sudden, so I'm pretty good. Okay, so I got lights, all good. I never turned the fuel pumps off. Still trying to work out all the procedures here, but I got my lights, I got my gumps all done, mixture, propellers, and all that. Seatbelts are good, and gear, and we've been cleared to land 27. We'll try to clear the right side here. A little fast, that's okay. What do you do when you're fast? Uh-oh. Carburetor is, I suspected. What the heck? Oh, it's because I don't got the, that's why, the throttles. I pulled the throttles back a little bit there, too much. It seems like, yeah, I'm putting the nose up too high. Anyways, I wanted to get off right here. I'll get off the next one. Alright, carburetor is ice suspected. Wow, wouldn't think we'd have problems in Lindbergh for ice, but alright. I don't know, I'm bouncing all the way because I'm trying to get that without hurting myself here. I don't need that. I don't care about that just because, I mean, I guess I need to put the carb heat on. I'm just gonna park right here. Stalling out here. Man, like totally. Number tower 3 Delta Charlie is clear. Right side of taxi straight ahead. Alright.
Douglas 3 Delta Charlie, taxi straight ahead of parking this frequency. Have a great afternoon.
I straight ahead this frequency 3 Delta Charlie. See ya. Alright. So
332 Golf exit
This will be
left
my last flight for
on Foxtrot.
today,
Second Indian
but
Alpha, remaining
tomorrow
frequency.
this is going to be the fun
Departure
day.
via
I'm
Alpha.
going to
Thank you. Have a good one.
I'm going to knock out the
Thanks.
I-10 and 11 in this plane, so expect about 1 o'clock, 12 to 1 Pacific time, roughly about that time tomorrow. And I will, yeah, I'll do the the ever so fun I-10 and the I-11. See how well we can do a back course approach in this plane. Well, this plane definitely got its work in today for sure. You know, lots of things that I could have done better for sure, obviously. But as I progress through these I ratings in it, I'm getting a little bit better at certain things. But one thing I haven't done very well, and I'll admit, is basically any of the procedures, like after takeoff and all that kind of stuff before. I haven't done any kind of flows or checklists. I've just been basically concentrating only on flying the plane. And so I definitely could do better on some of that other stuff. But hopefully in time that will get better. It's just trying to keep, my whole problem is, to me, I'm just trying to keep the plane stable and in flight and where it's supposed to be. And so let's go ahead and pull those back. And where it's supposed to be. So that's kind of where I've been concentrating most of my efforts here, is doing all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed these, I say so-called ratings, but I mean, I'm actually not doing a rating, so to speak, but I'm actually performing the same procedures and flights that you would do for the rating. So that's kind of where I'm at here. Let's take a look at this thing from the outside. There we go. We got the chocks in and the cargo doors open, and that beautiful plane sitting here. Any questions? Otherwise, I will end the stream at this point. And like I said, I will be back tomorrow to finish the last two. And I just want to say thanks to all the guys that threw the follows out there. Do appreciate it. So hopefully, if you guys have any suggestions on things you'd like to see flown, I'm definitely up for any kind of challenge. I'm not afraid to try something. At least give it a shot. See how well I can do it, as long as I have the plane or whatever. But anyways, enough babbling for one day. So talk to you guys later.